does Judaism require a leap of faith? It's a question. I had this question when I first became more observant. I wondered if I could, I was, there was a certain period where I was trying to prove to myself all the truths of the Torah, that God existed, the Torah, intellectually, with intellectual proofs. Do we have to do that? Or, at a certain point, you take a leap of faith? So, it's actually a debate among the Rishonim. It seems like Rabbi Yehuda HaLevi falls on the side of you should have as much faith as possible. The highest level is if you have simple faith in all of the Torah. There is place for intellect and investigation there, but that's the highest level. According to Rambam, his Maimonides, he defines it like this. Bear in mind that by faith we do not understand merely that which is uttered with the lips, for belief is conceived in the mind. So he reinterprets belief to say that you must believe everything in your mind. You prove it to yourself. There's a debate. And why am I talking about this week? Because both of them connected to Avraham. There's two portrayals of Avraham in the Rishonim. Rambam portrays Avraham as a philosopher. He says everybody was serving idols, but Avraham invested the Shemaim, and he looked up and he said, there has to be a creator here. This is called in philosophy the teleological proof. I won't bore you with that. But he tried to prove that Hashem exists, and he did, intellectually. Rabbi Yehuda HaLevi said that that Avraham was not a philosopher. Avraham was a simple man of faith. And Hashem said, get away from all your intellectual investigations and believe in me with pure faith. So which one's correct? Rav Kook has a later authority. He has a way to reconcile. He says somebody who has simple faith, that's great. But somebody who's intellectually inclined, where they investigate everything in other areas, they're that person that looks in Amazon for all the comments and all the reviews, and you're kind of that kind of person. So when you get to Torah, you can't leave that aside. It says that person with the intellect and kind of like a thinking mind, their true faith can only be developed if they use their intellect. See, it's dependent on the person. But I'll just add one more thing, one more portrayal of Avraham. Our parsha talks about Avraham, and it says he is Lech Lecha. That's my answer. Judaism doesn't ask us to find proofs that everything's true, but it asks us to find evidence. After you have a certain amount of evidence, you don't have to take a leap, but you do have to take a step at least. And that's what I think this Avraham did, my portrayal. Avraham is Lech Lecha. He took a step out in faith in Hashem based on his investigation, his intellectual pursuits.